Good morning, all. I hope I stay live because I'm a little further away from the house than usual for the Wi Fi. But the comfy chair was here. So rather than drag the chair across the lawn to the porch, I sat down here to sit down and start the live stream. I did do some more work in my yard yesterday. I'm going to show you what's been done and what section I'm doing next for those of you who are interested in keeping up on how I'm tackling this big job just a little bite at a time. Just me trying to do as much as I can. Somebody's coming in. Let's see who all's here. Let's see. Sarah, hello, good morning. And Half Acre Dreams, good morning. And Galena, good morning. So glad to catch you live. Good morning, sister, says Kelly. Good morning. Maniac Grammy, I hope you're feeling better, Brenda. So I've been trying to keep up with your status. And Deb, good morning. Seem to be some regulars here. You look so pretty today. I put on a little war paint this morning. I usually don't do that, but this morning I decided I'd put on a little war paint. Just a little. So, okay, so yesterday I finished up cleaning my 12 beds, and I'm going to show you how they're looking now. The only thing I left behind, like I mentioned earlier, was some violets because I'm hoping to use them for something, so I'm letting them stay in the ground. And what else? Is that it? I think just violets. And really close to the fence, there's still some chickweed or something back there behind the raspberries, but I have to fight the raspberry uh, canes to get to them, so I didn't get those yet. You got a lot done. I wish I could get outside there. It's still too much snow. Well, Half Acre Dreams, come on here and help me. I got so much work to do. I am enjoying getting out here though. It's chilly this morning. It was, I think, 39 degrees when I first came out. Now it must be in the 40s. So I layered up. I've got a shirt and a full sweater and this heavy sweatshirt on, and layering, keeps the heat in, so that helps. My hands are already dirty because I've been pulling more weeds to finish up. Oh, she'd love to. Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to go down to the far end again and show you what I've been doing. The beds are looking better. They're kind of bare now because I usually have my beets and my cabbages and all that in by now. Not this year. And I usually have my tomatoes started inside with my green peppers, my bell peppers and jalapenos and poblano peppers. I didn't get any of that started. I'm so far behind. So I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing my starts. I probably still have time to get them going enough to have something up before I can put them out Mother's Day, between Mother's Day and June, when my tender plants will go out. But my hardy plants, they should be in already. So what else was said here? Did you find out what that weed was? I'm quite sure it is a geranium weed. And there are some things you can do with it. I don't think I will, but it is useful for certain things. Good morning, Christy. Nettie P says, is that Nettie? No, Nelia. Let me see. Nelia, right? Nelia, good morning. Did you? Oh, I read that one. Hope's Homestead. Good morning, Hope. Everyone, if you don't know Hope's Homestead, go subscribe. She has a wonderful channel. Right now, she's in the midst of a move, and it's kind of interesting to see her relocate. She used to be on a little homestead and was doing her animals and all, but she's made the choice to get off the tiny homestead where she was limited in what she could do, temporarily move into an apartment closer to a more urban setting so she can save money so she and her family can get the homestead of their dreams. So for the next year or so, they're going to be saving money and living in an apartment and doing all she can there. So that's another good thing to watch, because you want to see what someone can do when they're limited with their space and land. Kind of like I am, but even more so for her, I think. Uh, I'm watching live for a second time from Australia. Well, welcome, welcome, Robin. So glad you found me. I just started my tomatoes yesterday. And tell me what zone you're in. Half acre. Now, half acre, are you Vicky? I'm trying to. Sometimes I have trouble. I used to mix you up with Jamie. I think, were you both at the get together in Michigan with Bev Wolfe? Because I think that's why I was mixing you up, because you were both there and I was putting one name to the other when I saw you. Are you mowing yet? Uh, my my husband should mow the front yard, but it barely needs it. Our grass is not the greatest out there. We get mostly spring weeds coming up, like chickweed and the henbit and all that, and that comes up and then that dies off, and then we get grass. It's usually crabgrass, but we get grass. I've been seeding certain areas, trying to get just I'm taking over more and more with my gardens, but the area we do want grass, I'm trying to put decent grass in, and we don't use any of the chemicals or anything like that. So I don't know how well that's going to go. Let's see. Margaret, good morning. Sister Jody, good morning. My poor city neighbors, oh, this is Hope, also known as Cherish. My poor city neighbors are about to get a real crash course in crazy. I'm already planning my container gardens. Good for you, Cherish. I know you can do it. Cherish is gung ho homesteading. So for her to give up that little homestead she had and go to a small apartment so she can get the bigger homestead she wants is quite the decision to make. So you make sure you watch her channel. Let's see. I live in northern Michigan, zone 5. Okay, yeah, I'm in 7 here in Maryland. Yes, it's Vicky. Aha, got it right. I was calling Jamie Vicky is the problem. And she kept saying, "My name is not Vicky, it's Jamie." So I figured I mixed you up. No, I wasn't in Michigan meeting Bev. They had a live stream going, and I think Two Family Homestead was there, and they had a live stream going. So I was able to see everybody and talk to them from home live, and that's how I saw them. I'm letting my ground rest this year, so I am container gardening for the first time. Do you have any tips? Just be careful about watering because they dry out a whole lot faster. I would still put mulch on top, like you were doing a back to Eden or something, to keep the moisture in. Um, I haven't done a whole lot of container gardening, so I'm not the one to ask, but I bet you Hope is researching it. So go to Hope's Homestead, and she's doing a lot of containers this year. She'll probably be able to give you a lot of tips. I did go to the Hoot Nanny and hoping to get to the big one in October. Oh, great, Vicky, because I'll be there. I'd love to meet you. Yes, if you go, you will. I'll have a table there. I actually have a banner up I got that says Bandana, Gramma, and everything. So if people want to find me, they can. We're 8, but it feels more like 7 this year. This is the first time I've used containers. I've really been researching it and planning this garden. I got a good plan. Yay! Well, that's a nice positive attitude to go in with, and confidence. And research is the key to know what you're doing. Alabama's watching. Hi, Rita. Yeah, until it was up at the top, and they came out over the top, and they went all over the yard, and they did pretty well. I'd like to improve on that, though. Half Acre Dreams. I'll make sure to bring some extra cash to pick up a pair of your mittens. Yay! I'm going to have plenty of mittens there, and they're going to be discounted because I don't have to ship them. So, and I'm gonna take a few dollars off just for a homestead special, and then I don't have to charge the shipping because the price I charge online is the ship price. So you don't have to deal with shipping; it's just included. So yeah, you do that, Vicky. And if you tell me what colors you like, I'll try and have some there just for you. And the rest of that Yukon Gold said, I planted Good Friday weekend. I hope they do well. I love potatoes. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we can learn together, Sarah. I'm really looking into how to do large veggies in containers, squash and watermelon. Now, those are going to make interesting videos, Hope. I'll make sure to bring, oh, you said that. I said that. Good morning from Flovilla, Georgia. Good morning, Katie. In all these 12 beds here with it. And I let that sit for a year there. And then the following year, I take what's in the packs, which is all broken down, and I put it up on top of the mounds of my beds, and that builds the beds up with a good hummus, humus, and very nutrient soil that's been broken down, composted. And that was working well because I had pretty much just sand here when I moved in, and I've been trying to build up the soil. But I haven't been able to get wood chips. We have a car parked over there where I need to get them dumped, and my daughter's going to have it towed away soon. So hopefully this year I'll be able to get my load of wood chips for next year. But I would like to use hay, like Ruth Stout. If you haven't read Ruth Stout, try and there's also videos on internet with Ruth Stout method. She's quite a character. She was an elderly lady that did gardening tips, and it was amazing what she did. Very much like Back to Eden Garden. Yeah, potatoes and straw. You can do that. Lynette. Lynette in. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a town. Okay. Uh, we have snow here. Teasers, pleasers. Yeah, we had snow 2 weeks ago here. I'm so happy it's gone. I hope it stays gone. Lois Ann, hello. Mud Pie Girl, hello. Donna, hello. Wyoming. Donna's checking in from Wyoming. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you what I did. This is just to pat myself on the back because I did so much work clearing these 12 beds out. They don't, there's nothing much to show except good clear beds. And my onion. You saw my onions already growing. And the leftover, what's the big leaf? Collards that came back from last year that are going to seed. Okay, I think I got everybody. If you said something I didn't catch it, repost it, and I'll catch it on the other side. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Hugelkultur too. But first, let's take a look at the beds. I'm going to turn the camera around. There. Okay, this is my shady end of my garden in the morning. It's usually where I plant lettuce because it does have less sun than the others. Sun does get here in a few hours, but in the morning it's shady because the house is right here. Those are all strawberries, you see, and this second bed here is also strawberries coming up. But otherwise, I cleaned that out. I got almost everything. If you saw me clipping the fence, I got almost everything off the fence. There's a little bit right here, I need to get off yet. And right here is where the poison ivy was last year. And, well, every year. And I put black plastic over it last year. From one side, draped it over the other side where the neighbor has it too. And it kept me from touching it while I was gardening in here. Because I garden right up to the fence, and it was huge, big, sticking out poison ivy. And it did kill it back. And when I took the plastic down, there was absolutely nothing there. But I know the roots are running under the ground, and I really expect it to come back this year. And I think I'm just going to keep doing the same thing because I can't be pulling those roots out. We are too allergic, and it costs a fortune to have somebody else do it. All right, cleaned up my onion bed. This is where uh, uh, I plant tomatoes on this, and here I plant squash and cucumbers and let them grow up over this hoop. And then underneath, I plant some plants that can do with less light. And these are the collards that came back. So they lasted all winter and they came back and now they're going to seed. So, and you know what? They still taste good. Hmm. So I'm munching on them. They're actually going to flower here. Okay. But I got these cleaned out. And then I have another fence here. I can have things that grow up, grow on. I'm saving my violets because I want to make something with those. And all the way up to the corner where it was all jumbled and weedy, I weeded it all out, except the violets. And up here is the comfrey again. And if Angela comes out, I am going to send you some, Angela. I've got plenty I can dig up and send you comfrey. I also have a lot of sassafras I'm hoping to be able to offer on my Etsy store or something. Now, I was going to tell you about my hugelkultur. For those of you who don't know what hugelkultur is, it's a method of, let me turn the camera back around. Turn around, camera. There. Hugelkultur is a method of burying wood under your gardens so that it composts under the ground, holds water, and provides nutrients for all the sticks and brush and branches that had fallen in the yard on top of that. So we got the big logs, we got the branches. Then I covered those with leaves and got it filled up almost to the top of the hole with all that. Then I took all the earth I had taken out of the hole and I put it back on all that and mounded it over, and that's called a Hugelkultur mound, which is what Hugelkultur means in uh, German, I think. I think it originated in Germany, this technique. And then I covered it with compost. I planted in it, and when the plants started coming up, I put the back to Eden wood chips all around all the plants and kept them that way. Now it settles, of course, because it's all the branches and leaves and everything breaking down, so the mounds get smaller. But the gist is that that technique will hold water and keep nutrients breaking down in your soil to feed your soil from underneath. Those two beds are doing pretty well each year when I plant in them. I think each year is better because they break down more. The wood I put in there was not green, it was pretty aged and falling apart, so that was a good thing. So that's what I did with that type of hugelkultur. Now, there's another hugelkultur where instead of digging a pit, you just pile the stuff up on top of the ground into a bunch of brambles and logs and stuff and leaves, and then you put soil over it and let it all filter down through the pile and make a good covering of it. And you plant in that, and you can plant trees in it. Fruit trees do well in it, and you can plant anything you want in it. It also extends your planting surface because you have a mound. Instead of being flat, you can plant all along the mound, and that gives you more square footage to plant. So what I'm thinking this year, my problem with this is I don't know where I'm going to get the soil if I'm not digging a hole. But I have all this. We had a lot of leaves or a lot of branches fall out of the tree and sticks. We got this huge tulip poplar right here. And when I was cleaning up the yard from the winter, we have tons of, I got one, two, three, four, five piles here. And they're full of branches and sticks and stuff. So my thought is I might make a wall just outside my garden bed here that lines my yard that I can make hugelkultur and plant in that, or right up next to the beds, just leaving paths that go horizontal where the beds are going vertical. We'll say the hugelkultur will go horizontal. So I'd like to try that. I just need to figure out where I'm going to get the fill to put on top. That is a problem. So, so besides the potatoes and buckets, that's something I want to do. Let me check the comments. Okay. Yeah, I'm an early bird today. I love hearing the birds too. Let me see. Oh, Ruth Stout, Stout. Who who are you most excited about meeting this year at the conference? Golly, I don't know. I think I think my subscribers, because where else am I ever going to meet them, you know? And last year I didn't have enough. I think two people sought me out and said, "Aren't you Bandana Gramma?" So that was fun. But this year will be fun if so. Excuse me. If a few actually know who I am and can come up and say, "Hello, I like your channel." So I'm looking forward to that. Um, the big speakers I'd like to hear, but this year I have a table, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to get away and listen. So I love meeting all the other YouTubers, you know. So yeah. All right, let me find where I left off. I see there's a Greg in here. Hello, Greg. Uh, okay, Half Acre Dream says she's read Ruth Stout. I think she was the forerunner of Paul Gauci. I really think Paul read Ruth Stout and got his ideas from her, and of course what the Lord told him. But yeah, I think he knows about Ruth Stout, or it's the Lord told the same story to Ruth and to Paul because it's very similar. All right, I feel like I'm in the Arctic zone, says Jode. Have you got snow down now, Jody? My sister Jody. All right, I'm going to give my sister Jody a little plug here. And Jody just started a new venture, and I wouldn't really mention it. Number one, she's my sister, and number two, I love the stuff that she's selling. And she's selling paparazzi jewelry on her channel now, and it's only $5 for every piece. And each necklace comes with a pair of earrings, and the stuff is really nice. So there's a little plug for my sister. If you're interested in buying inexpensive, nice jewelry, you can check out Jody's channel. Yankee Living, good morning. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Our snow should be stopping now, says Wisconsin Greg. Short seasons makes garden challenging. Yep. Please tell me your lipstick color. I really like it. I don't know. I think I got it at the dollar store. I got most of my lipsticks at the dollar store. If I'll check it out tonight and I'll let you know tomorrow, Katie. Because they do have brand names at the dollar store. I guess they get overstock and things like that. You know I'm cheap. I mean frugal. I guess I should try it because my soil isn't great. I usually throw my cast irons into my fireplace to clean them before seasoning. Yes, that works good. Or if you got a big outside bonfire and say you go to a yard sale and you pick up this disgusting looking cast iron pan that's all rusted out and cruddy, throw it in the fire and that'll burn it off and you can oil it up and have a nice pan. I saw that video. It looked like really hard work. It was hard work digging those hugelkultur beds. And it was kind of long because I wanted you to know that I did it myself. I think I did that 4 years ago and 3 years ago. So I was over 60 when I did it. I hope I got everybody on that side. Now let me go back down and see what I missed. You know, I do like the back to Eden style of gardening, covering with, and we're stout, covering with heavy mulch around your plants, not planting in the mulch, you plant under it, but to cover everything. Because we went away for 3 weeks during the hottest part of the year. It was close to 100 degrees, and I was sure my garden was going to be done for when I got back, but it wasn't. Airplane. Uh, when I got back, everything outside the garden was all wilted and dry and awful, and the plants looked great, and I couldn't believe it. And I dug down under, and it was still moist under there. So there's a lot to be said. Oh, it was a helicopter. So there's a lot to be said about heavy mulching around your plants. Windy and cold, says Laura. Hello, Laura. Hey, Crystal. Have a great day in your yard. Gotta jump on a conference call. Okay, Crystal. Thanks for stopping in, hon. It stopped snowing at the end of May. Teasers, pleasers. Oh, my. Okay. Carol, teasers. We usually get our first snow on our last snow on Mother's Day. Yeah, that's when I can usually start 60 years young. Okay, yeah. That's when we can usually put our tender plants out, is after Mother's Day. Let's see the thumbs up. Thank you, Brenda. That's very thoughtful of you to mention that. We plant our garden Memorial Day weekend, I see, instead of Mother's Day like me. Okay. Now I'm going to take you over and show you my next project for today, working in the yard. I've got so much to do in the house that I can't do a whole lot out here today, but I got to, how I said, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time, I got to get at least a bite out today so I can keep the momentum going and get my yards and gardens fixed up again. I love mine planted in North Carolina, but it's in raised. Oh, I have mine planted in North Carolina, but it's in raised beds. Yeah, my beds are raised, but they're not enclosed. I don't have anything around them. I just make mounds, and I try to flatten the top of the mound so the water doesn't run off as easily. It seems to work. I've told you this before, but when my grandkids come, when they were little, like 8, they said to me, Grandma, how come it looks like you got graves in your yard? Because my mounds all go like this. They're 3 feet wide and 8 feet long. And I said, well, dead bodies make great compost. Didn't you know that? They didn't know what to think about Grandma for a while. Jody, link please. There you go, Jode. Uh, you can, Jody, you've got a wrench. You should be able to post your link on my live stream here. If you can't, uh, I'll try and do it. Or everyone who wants to know, I will have a post on my Susie Bandana Facebook page. And that's another thing. For those of you who aren't on my excuse me, my Facebook page, it isn't under Bandana Gramma. I couldn't do that. They let me put one up, but I couldn't do the things in it I wanted to. So I put it under Susie one word, Dana, Dana, another word. And if you go there, and also down below, all my links are there. I mean, my Facebook is there, my Twitter is there, my snail mail address is there. I love getting tangible cards and letters, so if you want to send me a card or a letter, I'd love that. And my address is down there. Uh, what else? Oh, also links to places where I find really good deals. And so I won't put them down there unless they're good. And I got some down there that I use quite often. And most of them, if you use the link I give you, not only do I get a little break, but you get a little break for using the link. So check out all that stuff. It says show more. It's kind of grayed out down below, show more. You click on that, it'll open up a whole thing and there'll be all that information in there. And I'll try and remember to put Jody's link down there too. Uh, Christy did the same thing, raised beds without sides. We got a lot of stuff planted in our garden last weekend here in South Carolina. Looking forward to meeting you in Colorado. Oh, are you going to make it, Donna? That's great. Have you ever, did you ever do the giveaway? I may have missed it. No, I believe in his I've been procrastinating big time on that, and I'll tell you why. I wanted to have it so I could show pictures of stuff live stream while I was doing the giveaway. And I haven't been able to figure that out yet. I think I can do it with my OBS now, but I'd have to do it from my office. And I do want to do it. I was supposed to be done at 3,000. Well, I'm almost at 4,000 now. So I'll probably do it at the 4,000. But I've got so many nice prizes. People told me they'd donate. I'm going to recheck with everybody because it's been a few months since I said I would do it and make sure they're still good with it. In fact, my sister Jody is donating an Afghan. She makes beautiful crocheted projects, and she's donating some kind of Americana Afghan she made. So that's great. And I'll be putting in some of my homemade things. And I Believe In has homemade things she's putting in. Mama Donna from Old Ways New Times is donating an apron. Uh, Coco Noel, if she's still in, she's donating hand knit Christmas stockings that are personalized. And Tara's donating a cookbook, all that stuff. I just haven't done it yet. So be watching. And hopefully by the time I reach 4,000, which I think I'm at, what am I at? 380 something? 3,800 and something? 89 maybe? I don't know. I didn't keep too close a track, but I'm getting up there. Sorry you, sorry got to go, says Bandana. I will check out Jody. Hugs and have a great day. Jody is also going to have a crochet channel, and that's going to be exciting. And we're also, I hope pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks, going to do a split screen live screen together, my sister Jody and I, where we're going to talk about the patterns she's written, her crochet patterns, and the work we've been doing with her patterns. Wait, Sarah says, waiting for the weather to warm up so I can go to Gatlinburg and hope to find your treasures. Yeah, I hope you do too. Not one of them has, no one's contacted me yet. I hid 5 things between Virginia and Gatlinburg, and I told people about them. In fact, yesterday I contacted a church that was along one of my drop-off routes in Virginia, and I said, "Listen, this may seem strange, but this is what I did, and if anybody you know is interested in homesteading and that kind of thing, give them these clues and let them have a good time, and they might win something." Very strange, I know, but I didn't want it sitting there getting thrown out if somebody just kicked it around a little bit, not knowing what it was. Okay, I'm going to show you the next thing I'm going to do so that tomorrow, if I can get on tomorrow morning, you'll see the result after I do the work today because I like to do the before and afters. So here we go. All right, right outside my porch, I got a very messy garden bed with some awful looking things in it that I'm going to clean up today. All right, this is where my hydrangeas and my bleeding hearts are. If you weren't here yesterday, I'll show you my bleeding hearts again. Aren't they pretty? My bleeding hearts. I love them. So pretty. One of the first things out in the spring. So today, I'm gonna, in here, this box is full of some pretty special pumpkins that have all disintegrated, and I'm gonna pick the seeds out of them so I can plant the what are they called? Confetti pumpkins. They're only little handheld pumpkins that are delicious, and they're beautiful with all kinds of confetti looking skin on them. And then I gotta clean up the stuff I dropped here with old pots and stuff. Gotta rake out all this stuff here. Gonna trim up the dead parts of my hydrangeas so they can come in good. And just generally clean this area all up. So tomorrow I hope to show you this area looking all spiffy and nice. And I'm also going to show you now what's coming up over here. Last year, I dug a circular bed around the seating area where I'm espaliering the trees into a living fence. And I planted stargazer lilies. And look at, they're coming up. See them? So another thing I want to do is put some kind of collars around this area so I can make it a real bed. There's my tree branching out. And there's another stargazer coming up there, another one here, another one here. That's a stargazer coming up. I'm making shadows. And right there's another one. So I want to plant more flowers in here and make a true circular bed underneath my fruit trees. And also want to spread some, what do you call it? Comfrey all in there because that'll be good food for it. And I'll put in either hay or, oops, my chair's going backwards. Soft ground does that. See if I can get out of it. Okay. Almost flipped my chair over. Would I go viral if Grammy fell over in her chair? Whew. Okay. Back up to where I left off so I can close out. Have an awesome day, Bandana Gramma, says Laura Richards. Love ya. Thank you, Laura. I have some of my bookmarks. Good. Yeah, she makes, I believe in, makes beautiful crocheted cross bookmarks. I'm showing you my dirty fingernails from digging this morning. Waiting for the weather to warm up so I can go to oh yeah, find your treasure. Saw that. Grandma, did you do a denim male apron a while back? If so, I'd love to see a photo. No, I didn't, but I'm going to because I have another person who wants one, and I'm going to make some. I'm not sure how quickly it'll get done, but I will do it. Goodbye, teasers. It's so much fun in the spring to watch the perennials come to life. It is. Yep. Have an amazing weekend. Bye. It's snowing. Yay. Laura, it's snowing in Colorado. I think Laura's in southern Colorado. Take care, Lois Ann. Okay. All right. That's all for me today. I don't want to make these so long. And tomorrow's Saturday. I know we're going to go up and see my daughter bought a new home, and she's excited for us to come see it. So we're going to drive up to see her new place. I'm not sure how early, so I'll probably be out here early if I get out tomorrow, so I can show you what I cleaned up and what the next stage of cleaning up the yard is going to be. Okay. Have a great day, Susie and everyone. You too. You all have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning. And I got to back this up. So when I put up my little, look at these uh, videos, I'm going to put them right here. There'll be room to put them in there. So I'll put up the videos that you might be interested in watching, and also a picture of me where you click on it, you can subscribe to my channel. See you all tomorrow. Bye, all.